The views and opinions expressed in this program are not necessarily those of Union Broadcasting Inc., ESPN 1510, or its employees. The host is solely responsible for the on-air content.
Welcome back to KC Cares, Kansas City's nonprofit voice. I'm Bobby Keys, and we are telling more stories about the nonprofit community in Kansas City. That's pretty much what we do. I think we're on our 8th year. We've told over 600 nonprofits stories. We've had just a lot, and we try and at least get a couple on per week, and always somebody new. We always try and get new people on because we want to tap into that new nonprofit market. There's so many people out there. They're the bigger ones than me personally. I like the smaller ones, the mid-sized, smaller ones without the huge corporations behind them, but that's our goal, is to help them get there. And today we happen to have some fresh blood, right? And and it's a new it's a nonprofit, and it's a I guess you would say a alternative to faith-based community. Yeah. All right, welcome. We got Niki, and I'm not even going to. And is it Aktipis?
Aktipis, yes.
Aktipis.
Perfect.
Okay. And then Julie Whitsman, right? All right. And you guys are with KC Oasis. Yes. Now, you're the president.
Yes, I am.
All right. And then you are the treasurer, so you handle all the money.
That's right.
So you're just rolling in it.
Oh, this is nonprofit radio, right? There is no profit.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about, KC Oasis? For a lot of, you said it's a alternative to the faith-based community.
Yeah. So like you said, we are an alternative to faith-based community. Mm-hmm. So we have a lot of secular individuals, agnostics, atheists, but we also have a lot of religious folks that come in every Sunday. So our main program is Sunday mornings, and we have local nonprofits and social justice people come in and talk, and we also have our community moments, which is somebody in the community that talks about a favorite hobby or an activity they've recently done, or a vacation they went on, or something that's important to them, and then we also invite in local music.
Oh, okay. So it's a gathering of all types of ideologies and centered around music. No, not centered around music.
Well, if you ask our music director, yes, it is centered around music.
You ask a musician like me, it is always centered around life.
And we get some really great musicians in. We have some people that have joined us repeatedly, like Calvin Arsenia, one of my favorite Kansas City performers.
Yeah.
But all genres of music, not just any one thing. We had a folk singer sing to us about worms 2 weeks ago. I mean, it's a wide range of things. I mean, he was an environmental activist as well.
That makes sense.
But loves worms, and came and shared that perspective with us through his music. So that was pretty cool.
So how did this come about? What somebody was like, I don't feel part of this religion, and I don't feel part of this religion, and it's all, I guess, centered around love, the ultimate goal, right?
Right.
So is that who came up with this?
Yeah. So we have back about 5 or 6, probably closer to 6 years ago.
For us.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It came out of a movement that started in Houston, really, the Oasis movement. And there is a nationwide network, and in Canada, there are Oasis groups that meet.
Okay.
And our founders were really, committed to the idea of creating a place where people could, meet like-minded people. But at the core of it are our values. And number one one we espouse is that people are more important than beliefs. So regardless of what you believe, if you're Buddhist, we have practicing Buddhists, we have, you name it, we've got it. And it might just be that they've become marginalized in some way, because of their former religious beliefs, and it just doesn't fit for them anymore. So we're a place where we also say, be accepting and be accepted. That's the kind of people that we're hoping to attract. That's all we're really asking for them is, to come in there with no judgment and be accepting of others.
I love that. I mean, it's because it seems like there are a lot of people who just want to be around a group of positive people, and it's not without having some doctrine stuff down your throat, but that's it. So I guess let me ask you this. Mm-hmm. How is that received from, I guess you'd say, the other religions? Do they look at you and like, oh, well, you don't believe in this, how does that? And I could be going down a touchy subject.
I think that's a good question.
It really depends.
Mm-hmm.
We often have non-religious people bring in their religious friends, and it's really overall positive reception because awesome. It's, like we said, it's nothing to do with anybody's religious beliefs. Sure. You're in there every week learning something new. Like this upcoming week, we're learning about secularism and government. Mm-hmm. And the week after that, we're having, Moxa mm-hmm. come in
Moxa.
And talk about the bystander effect and how to assist victims.
Oh, okay.
So, you can share your religious or non-religious beliefs there, but everybody's there learning something. So people who come in that may not be on the secular spectrum like we are, mm-hmm. there's still something for them to learn.
Yeah.
And we have formed partnerships with faith-based organizations, specifically Micah Ministries, which is an organization up in Northeast Kansas City that hosts a meal every mm-hmm. Monday nights for anyone that is in need. The working poor, the homeless come in. We help serve them a meal. There's also a clothing and hygiene pantry that a lot of our volunteers go in and use That's our awesome. Hands to help with.
Yeah. And what's this called? You said Micah?
Micah Ministries.
Micah Ministries.
And it's on Gladstone Boulevard in Northeast Kansas City. And they have welcomed us with open arms. And that's kind of an interesting story because we have some partners that are a more atheist-focused organization, but a mission that I will not name was not willing to have them come partner with them, was not willing to accept their help as volunteers.
Oh, wow.
And so this organization, Micah Ministries, reached out to us and said, if you're willing to come work and help us, mm-hmm. we are happy to have you. So, it's a mixed response that we get from people.
Yeah. Seems that I'd imagine, I'm a pretty open-minded person. So, mm-hmm. And I kind of go down the route of you guys. So, but it seems like a lot of the people who are against that type of thought they're just afraid.
Yeah.
Right. It's just it seems like they're afraid of something. It's like it's going to rub off on me or any type of. Well, like I have no idea, but they just all the stuff. But it's just like it's all about helping other people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it just seems like they think we're going to challenge their beliefs mm-hmm. and we want to, turn them all into atheists. That's not what we want to do. We just want to connect with them, with religious and non-religious folks, and help out other people and also form friendships and make our community better mm-hmm. because who else is going to do it?
Yeah. Yeah, and that's kind of a testament to the inability to have discourse, but right. it seems like it's super intense when it comes to religion, mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just nobody can talk, but nobody can have different ideologies without name hurling and right. all sorts of things. So, how do you guys stay afloat? I mean, how do you guys stay afloat? Do you guys have?
Oh, I'm the money lady, right?
Yeah, exactly. How about that? You just write the checks.
I don't write the checks. Well, I mean a little baby one, but yeah. So we are very fortunate to have community members that have committed to a recurring monthly donations. Okay. We call that our sponsorships, and we're quite fortunate that we have a lot of passionate people that really believe in the vision and mission mm-hmm. of what we're trying to accomplish and, are willing to support us financially. So, things aren't cheap. Finding a place to rent that will hold up to 100 and plus people every week.
So every week you have to find a place to rent?
No, I mean, we have a place. Oh, okay.
I'm
just saying, yeah. No, I'm just saying.
But but having that.
The cost that you bear to, to rent a location every week that will hold that many people and is comfortable and has good sound, all of those things are costs that we that we look to our sponsors to help us with.
Do you have events that you guys put on to help with some of those costs as well?
Yeah, we do. So we have an annual chili cook-off.
Hey, I like chili.
And we have done what we call an anniversary party, and a lot of times that's a fundraiser. We'll do a silent auction. I think those are our two big events. We do have sponsorship drives, that sort of thing. But
we're currently ending our winter sponsorship drive tomorrow or Sunday. We could, we'll go with Sunday the 2nd.
So do you feel that you run into the same problems as a more of a myopic idea? That's probably bad terminology. But somebody who is not non-denominational when it comes to fundraising, do you feel that when it comes to different organizations that it's harder for your organization in the religious sphere?
I think I get your point. Yeah, I think, religions have a certain ability to capture people's attention in a different way than we do. Right? So I think a lot of it, we're still appealing to people, to a basic human need, though,
absolutely.
Right?
Yeah.
That need for belonging and feeling like you have a place, and a place that if you need to reach out to somebody, there's going to be somebody there to reach back to you.
Yeah.
I've gotten the opportunity throughout my years in Oasis to go and sit with people in a hospital that didn't have somebody else to sit with them. I mean, it's just that sort of very basic human connection that we are seeking to meet. And everybody needs that.
Yeah.
I mean, the incentive we use is different, but it's still a basic need.
Absolutely. Have you seen the acceptance, or your growth? Not the acceptance, but like the open-mindedness. Do you see that spreading? And then people are like, you know what? Yeah.
I think it is. Because for me, when I go to work, I'm very open about who I am at work.
Yeah.
And I feel like coming in and talking about KC Oasis with my coworkers has allowed them and myself to have a more open conversation about religion or even politics or anything, social justice issues. And through promoting, I don't want to say promoting my beliefs, but being open about my beliefs has allowed other people that may or may not agree with me or have the same beliefs to be just as open.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about. It's about starting conversation that way. And you don't always have to agree with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What? Go ahead.
And I think that we're different than your typical 501c3 because we are trying to build that sense of almost maybe your family of choice. And when I talk to people about Kansas City Oasis and what I've experienced there, mostly the reaction I get is, "Oh gosh, I didn't know anything like that existed in Kansas City. Like where are you and how do I get involved?" Or they just want to know more about it because it's kind of a unique opportunity for people.
It is. And speaking of that, how do people get a hold of you? Like, what's the best way if they want to get involved? And
excellent question. So our website is kcoasis.org. All of our emails should be on there on the contact page. And I believe there's a way to get a hold of us anonymously on there as well. Yeah. If you just have questions and you're not sure about if you want to give your name to us, perfectly fine. So that's the best way is to find our emails on kcoasis.org.
Right. And we have a presence on Facebook, and it lists our events, our upcoming events and speakers and musicians. So you can see what's happening every Sunday.
Yeah. So I got it open now. Who's the musician coming in next? Who's coming up this? Oh, I put you on the spot there.
I gave you all of our speakers.
I'm pulling it up now. But there, you have a different group or a different musician every Sunday, or is it like music's once a month?
Oh no, it's different every Sunday. So it is person whose name I can't pronounce, Sean Newstad.
Oh, okay.
Our musical director is going to have my hat. You're like, here, Julie.
That's why I handed it to you.
But we also have the treat. Our musical director is also a performer in his own right. Very talented guy. Can play the banjo, the bass, you name it. He can play it and sing it. And so typically once a month or every 5 weeks he performs. But then every other week it's somebody new.
That's awesome. And then, so when people go there and they can expect what, like an hour of music, a 2 hour? You guys, what's the flow like?
So our programming starts at 10:30 on Sundays, and that's just when the door is open and people can come in, get coffee, and have conversation. And at 11 o'clock, we have about 5-10 minute musical segment, then our community moment for 7 minutes, a coffee break for 10, about 5 more minutes of music, our featured speaker, and then another 10 minutes of music. Yeah. So maybe about a half hour of local music every week.
Yeah, but about an hour and a half total.
Oh, that's awesome.
And we always allow for question and answers for our speakers because that's how people can dig in and get their questions answered, because we got the expert right there on whatever topic.
And you said it's about an hour and a half. Where you guys hold your location? Where's your location? Is it 1, 2?
Yes, just one right now, and it's at the Uptown Theater.
Oh, okay.
On the second floor, the Valentine Room.
Nice.
Yeah. So you enter from the Valentine. You enter from Valentine Road, not from Broadway.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate it. Niki and Julie, thank you very much for coming on. KCOasis.org. That's where you can go and check out the alternative to the faith-based community. They got a lot of cool things happening in the community. Go out and support them. It's all about love. It's just human, right? It doesn't matter your ideology. It's all about love. Thank you. And we're going to have you guys back, okay?
Okay.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.